An anti-police rally turned into a riot overnight in Seattle's SoDo neighborhood. Video on social media shows demonstrators hurling explosives at officers, leading to several injuries and arrests. Let's check in now with King 5's Callie Greenberg with the latest on what we know this morning. Callie?
Good morning. And that same social media video shows officers standing right where I am now, telling people to move back. This building behind me here, this is where the Seattle Police Officers Guild is based out of. Now, this started as an anti-police union rally over in the International District, and then it moved here to the office space for the Seattle Police Officers Guild. Around 10 o'clock last night, that is when officers say that people started throwing explosives, trying to break into vehicles. In fact, take a look at these pictures. These are some of the injuries that officers sustained. What we're hearing is about 3 officers were hurt. This included a cut and bruised eye, as well as the burn to the back of a neck of an officer. One officer was hospitalized. However, police did not mention the extent of their injuries. Now, the flyer for this rally, it said, "Wear black, wear a mask, come prepared." Police say there were about 100 people with vehicles following behind them. In addition to those explosives that we mentioned, police say rocks and bottles were also thrown. Once police officers did declare this a riot last night, they then used pepper spray, they used blast balls to work to disperse the crowd, which late last night that eventually happened. Now, in total, 18 people were arrested by police. They have been booked into the King County Jail. Police did not mention anything about damage to the neighborhood. We did take a drive around and looked around ourselves. We didn't see any damage. As you can see here, though, the building of the Police Officers Guild here is boarded up. This is likely for protection. We don't believe that anyone hit the building last night. But again, 18 people arrested. Live in SoDo, Callie Greenberg, King 5 News.